used to run a camp for many years, 40 individuals that used wheelchairs, all 40 of them. And my staff are like, you want to take them ice skating in the summer and everyone uses a wheelchair? And I said, sure, heck yeah, I do. So I called up like the local park district that had an indoor ice skating rink. I want to transfer 40 individuals that use wheelchairs into sleds and take them ice skating with staff pulling them. And we did it. And I have goosebumps because they were so happy and it was so much fun. Tell me they can't do something and I will tell you they can, and I will find a way to do it.
What's going on, friends? Welcome back to another episode of the Love Local Chicagoland podcast. This looks different than the studio because it is, my friends. Whether you know it or not, this is where we started our podcast journey, out in the community, my friends. When we say we love local, we love local, and we want to be out in the community, telling local stories about connection, about collaboration, about how the people in our community, between the small businesses and the nonprofits, are working together to be able to make our communities a better place. You see, when I watch the news, I don't see that sort of stuff. When I'm in my feed, I don't see enough of that stuff. So it's time, as local neighbors, we support each other and let's help each other win. And that's just what today is. And I get to do this show in partnership and in collaboration with a good friend, Megan O'Brien from SLSF. My friends, we're here at the Rotary Fest, and we're going to talk to people from SLSF. We're going to talk to board members. We're going to talk about to people that are within the Rotary. We're going to talk to people that work with SLSF. We're going to give you a taste of really the work that's being done here in our local community to be able to make it a stronger place to live for people that need a place to be able to live and do life the best way possible in an inclusive way. And SLSF does that, and they lead with their heart. So enough of me talking. What's up, friend? How are you?
Good. How are you today?
I'm doing good. I've said this. How many times have I said I'm excited for this?
Oh, a lot.
A lot today.
A lot.
Like if I had there was a dollar amount, for every time I said it. Am I owing you $10 yet?
I think we might be close to 500 maybe.
500.
So excited for today.
It's that much. Okay, so I'm glad I'm not giving you a dollar, because that would be a lot of money. But I'm excited to do this because, for one reason, it's kind of what I mentioned. This is where we started here in the local community, and that's where the passion came from, to build the studio, to do other things, to help other businesses and nonprofits do their own thing. But it started here in the community, and then we got to meet you and your team at SLSF and how you guys do life and how you support each other in community. And I think it's pretty. It's just a really beautiful way to do life, and I think more people should gravitate to what you're doing and model that, in my opinion. Today here at this event, we're at the Rotary Fest. What does this event mean to you?
Yeah, it's an opportunity for individuals with disabilities to be included in an environment where most might not think that they can succeed. So it's really great of the Rotary to open up early for our participants and kind of make the carnival an environment where they don't have all the loud noises and they don't have all the lights, but they can still enjoy a ride on a roller coaster like all of us do. So I think it's just a great opportunity for them to all get together, come together during the summer and enjoy a summertime favorite memory of all of ours that we get to go to.
Memories are important. We look back, I'm sure both of us have our own memories from our own childhood doing these types of things. Every child and kid and young adult should have these experiences. Don't you agree?
Yes. Yeah. The summertime fun. You're got my ice cream. I get to go ride on a roller coaster. I'm at the pool. Just the summer fun. I feel like everybody has that opportunity here.
Yeah, it's what makes life tolerable. I'm going through life now, with my kids, and it's this is fun to do these things, to come out here, and then it gives you those memories from when you're a kid, when you don't really, you kind of take it for granted, right? Yep. As a kid, you're not doing it on purpose, but you just don't know the beauty of what you're in at that moment in time. So to be able to give that experience and to be able to have a day out here in our local community where we got music behind us, we got the festival. What's going to be over here?
So this will be the beer and food tent later on, so they'll open up and then we'll have bands playing later, and then the carnival will be open. It'll be a great summertime fest.
Cool. Yeah, if you hear it a little bit, they're building the stage behind us where they're going to rock and roll. You might hear it, you might not, but it's a part of being live. So for those, Megan, for those who are just hearing about SLSF, what is your mission and who do you serve?
Yeah, so we fundraise for children and adults with disabilities across 17 communities in the northwest suburbs. So providing recreational opportunities similar to a park district. We do that in in a way that kind of fluctuates or changes a program a little bit to that person's ability so that they can still participate in the same activities that park districts offer, but in just an environment that's more inclusive for them as well.
Beautiful. I feel like you do such, you're such a great organization that helps people like live a joyful life. You're like helping them give the services that some people will be like, oh, there's a lot of those services out there, but there's not really a lot of those services. There's more people to help. Would you agree?
Yep.
And more people that you want to be able to
that you want to be able to help, and sometimes you just can't reach them all the time. So I think this is a great opportunity for the community of Elk Grove or surrounding areas to get to know NWSRA, SLSF, and then through the Rotary Club of Elk Grove.
Get to know you won't bite, and know that you're here to be able to help people live the best lives possible with intellectual disabilities, right?
Yep.
So that's beautiful. What's something about this work that most people don't realize? Maybe a little bit was touched on that, but what else?
I think it really takes a village. I think every organization, from staff, volunteers, board members, committee members, everybody doing everything and anything to help the mission go forward. And I think that's what a lot of us do in our everyday lives. Is it's a really mission forward focused work day. Is like you have a tough day in the office, but like you're fundraising ultimately for a child to go to summer camp, and like we celebrate the wins of like we've raised so much money. But I think the real win is being able to send a kid to summer camp who can't afford it, or send a kid to an athletic competition who can't afford it. So I think that's the plus side of working with SLSF, and the things that I think we all enjoy a lot too.
It just fires you up, doesn't it? It like gets you going. Like the fact that you're helping people and you're creating community. When you're, not just with SLSF, but in general in life, like when you're doing something that you feel purpose led.
Yep.
Game on, you know, and there's joy even in the hard days, especially when you're doing good for people, like that's really what life is about. Is like, let's help uplift our neighbors and let's help support each other. And it's not always, it's not tear each other down. Let's build each other up in community by helping each other win, So I feel like you guys really do that. So on that note, why is it so important to collaborate with community groups like the Rotary?
I think it helps. They kind of serve as like an ambassador for SLSF and NWSRA, and broadening our reach to a community that either kind of knows what we do or has no idea what we do, and is able to then explain, we have these programs available, we have opportunities that you can kind of give back, whether it's financially or through your time and talents and treasure. So I think it just helps kind of push the message out to a community that is thriving and growing too.
Yeah, amen.
Yeah.
Drop the mic, not that one. So I'm excited. We got some great guests coming up. Let's give people kind of an overview from the Rotary. Who are the members we're talking to?
So we're going to talk to Bill from the Rotary Club of Elk Grove. And then we're going to talk to NWSRA's Executive Director, Andrea Griffin. And
Beautiful.
We've got a few part-time staff, some participants in our programs, and then some board members. And Liz Thomas will be joining us later in the podcast as well, too.
Liz Thomas is famous in Palatine, where I live. Everybody knows her.
Everybody knows her.
Everybody knows her because she's like, if there's something good happening in the community, to be able to help like uplift. She might not be her hands in it, but she's in the room and she knows who's in the room because she's given her life to just living selflessly, right? So looking forward to these conversations. I don't know everybody on here, but I'm looking forward to being able to get to know them with you. So thanks for co-hosting with me today. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Boom. All right, my friends, I'm excited to be out here in the community today to be able to collaborate with the Rotary and SLSF and NWSRA to be able to get some great messages across. That could not be possible unless we had Royal Family Real Estate to be able to sponsor this episode. Royal Hartwig, if you know him, is on the verge of being in the #1 brokerage in Schaumburg, and he's taking the northwest suburbs by storm, my friends. So pay attention to Royal Family Real Estate, a local embedded business that wants to make our communities a better place by putting their money where their dollars are to be able to support a great organization like SLSF. So keep watching Royal Family Real Estate. We appreciate you. All right, for the first segment, we're going to talk to Bill Beaupre. He's part of the Rotary and is a Rotary member and a part of the Rotary Fest. And we're going to get to know him a little bit and about the collaboration with SLSF and a little bit about the Rotary itself. What do you know about Bill?
So Bill is like Jason said, part of the Rotary Club, but he runs this great portion of the fest for NWSRA to be able to go to the carnival and enjoy the carnival at their own pace and in an environment where they thrive. So I think it's a really great collaboration to have you with us. And
well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, excited to be able to chat. So actually, I see you at the barber from time to time. So we're usually in and out pretty quick. There's no lines where we go.
Yeah, no, there's not.
But yeah, excited to be here. And from the outside in, I just had a lot of respect for the Rotary and the community focus that they have to be able to help make our community stronger places to be able to live. It's such a great organization. But for those people that don't know about the organization, can you tell us about the history of Rotary and how you first got involved?
Yeah, what's interesting, and I know this is a short podcast, so I'll give you a very quick version of it.
Please.
It really started in Chicago with Paul Harris. He decided many years ago that he just wanted to start helping out in the community. So him and a few friends got together and they started rotating between their offices, and that's where the word Rotary came from. And then it's grown over time to now there's 1.1 million members across the whole world. You could almost go to any city in any country and there's a Rotary Club. And then our club particularly is probably about 50 years old. And we have a big emphasis on helping the community, but also our club usually is about 20 people. We also have a big emphasis on helping worldwide. So we've done projects as far as like water wells in Africa. We've sent an ambulance to India, x-ray machines to St. Lucia. So we'll generally do a lot in the community, and then maybe every 3 or 4 years do a large one outside of the United States.
Well, real change starts local, right? Is being able to boots on the ground, to connecting in the community, and coming in and doing those types of projects, but then coming together for just the greater good of the world. You go back to it's a great organization. How did you first get involved with SLSF?
Well, actually, when I joined, I've been in the club almost 30 years now. Probably just before I joined, actually, the carnival operator suggested, sometimes we do these for the kids. And it kind of started kind of small. And over the years, it's gotten bigger. And NWSRA and SLSF is a big part of it. We also have a NWSRA come. So there are two big organizations in the area that help with challenged kids. So really, part of it was easier too. Instead of just opening up to everybody in the world, we open it up to these two organizations that actually have the registration, have the kids, and they come with the caregivers and with the coaches. So it works out very well.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing. Why is it important for organizations like the Rotary to support organizations like SLSF?
Yeah, what we do is we help many people in the whole area. We go as young kids, we'll send books to kindergartners. Over Thanksgiving, we did over 3,000 books. And we go all the way up to the seniors at the senior center. We just did a bingo party with them. And we handed out like gift cards and stuff and pizza party. And we hand out scholarships to kids. So we do a whole wide range within the community. But I do have kind of a soft spot for children with challenges because it's not easy, just especially as life goes on. Mm-hmm. They don't have the same opportunities, and there's more and more challenges every year. Yeah. So to be able to open this up for someone like that, just to come here, and I know the kids look forward because I've been doing this now almost 30 years
too. Like that's a saving grace.
Love it. The saving grace. They have the opportunity to do things maybe what some of their friends can do and they can't. And it's a whole day. Like they get the food, they get the ice cream, they get 2 hours on the rides where there's no limitations. If it takes them 10 minutes to get on the ride, they're gonna take 10 minutes to get on the ride. A lot of times there's not as many lights or noises there. So it's a very comfortable place for them to come and enjoy a day and maybe get outside of what their normal life is challenged with.
Yeah, and experience some joy along the way, right?
100%.
Be able to connect with other people out,
yes.
Get the fresh air, feel the nice hotness that we're feeling today. There's pros and cons, I guess. But,
it's a nice breeze every once in a while.
It's nice to be out here, even in the heat, right?
Yes.
And being here a part of this, me and you talked about it, as a part of this is just like, it's memories at the end of the day, mm-hmm. and being able to create memories for people that might not otherwise get it is super important.
One thing I want to say is it's not even the kids that I actually appreciate. The coaches or caregivers or mm-hmm. camp counselors, I'm not sure what their exact name is. The ability for them to take care of these younger kids is unbelievable. And a lot of them are, high school kids.
We need more of that in the world.
But honestly, they are the nicest people. As much as I enjoy, taking care of the younger kids with challenges, it's the counselors that I'm completely impressed by with their patience and ability to take care of these kids.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Above and beyond every
Yes.
working in the upstairs in our office. It's really great just to go to a program and see them put in all of this time and effort into it, but then still be super patient with everyone who's
Yes.
if you're going through a day, they're okay with it. They just take their time and we'll get through it. Maybe we won't do one activity, but we'll go to do another activity. So I think it's really great. They're amazing staff.
It is.
Yeah, it takes a village, right? And to be able to come together as a group of selfless people, it makes the world better. It makes the community better. It makes the local organizations better. It helps families do life better at the end of the day, right? Bill, for you, what impact have you seen from Rotary's Fests in the community with the collaboration with the local nonprofits?
What we're able to do is it could probably be life-changing in a lot of situations. We do this one festival and we raise enough money to help people throughout the whole year. And we help a lot of organizations, not only the special reps and stuff with the kids, that's obvious, but we do a lot with, battered women and wings and shelters and kid shelters. There is no question that we are making a difference. We might not see it firsthand, but we know for a fact that those many organizations that we're helping are making a difference right in our communities.
Yeah, that's important, right?
100%.
Yeah. All right, Bill, one last question as we wrap up. What message would you share with other community groups about getting involved?
Well, it's actually interesting. It's very important to get involved. And actually not just with Rotary Club, just in general, civic organizations are kind of going by the wayside. Lions used to be big. Kiwanis used to be big. There used to be a lot of organizations. JCs used to be big. A lot of these organizations, and I'm not saying obviously I like Rotary, I'm in it, so I'd love for you to join Rotary, but any one of those organizations does a lot of good things. And unfortunately, I'm getting older. It seems to be more of an older generation that used to do that. Because it is a kind of a business to business. You do get business out of it. You don't look for it, but you will get business out of it.
Relationships, right?
Yeah.
You build friendships when you're giving and serving, right?
To me, it seems like the younger generation is not as involved in that kind of networking opportunity, where I highly recommend it, because not only is it good for your business, but it absolutely helps the community as well.
Yeah, it's a win-win at the end of the day.
Yes.
Your business will flourish. You'll build lifelong friendships. I would be willing to bet you have some of those through
100%.
this. And you're going to be giving back to the community at that same time. So I appreciate you jumping on the show today. Have fun at the...
I'm going to get going and get this thing running. So I appreciate it. Thank you for putting a light on this. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, for the next part of the show, we're going to have Terry Oates here to be able to have a conversation with Megan and I. She's a board member for SLSF. She's been a board member for 20 years, my friends. Being able to be a nonprofit board member, it's really a special soul that is able to do that. They lead with love, they lead with their expertise, and they lead in collaboration. And to me, they're the backbone of a great nonprofit is a strong board. So excited to have Terry on here.
Yeah.
And what do you know about Terry? She's obviously 20 years. That's
She's been here for
awesome.
Forever, I feel like. I've only been at the foundation for 8 years, but Terry's always been here, and Terry's always been a great helper. Anytime we need something, she's the person we can call it and say, hey, Terry, can you come to this? She's at all of our events, which is amazing, whether she's attending or volunteering. So I think she's just one of our favorite board members. Thank you.
Here at Love Local, we talk about it takes a village. It takes all of us. We can't make a stronger community unless we kind of jump in and do the work, right? At the end of the day. Yep. And it's going to take all of us. So this is just a great example of that. Terry, welcome to the show. As a board member, how have you seen SLSF evolve and grow over the years?
Well, as we've said, I've been a board member for a long time, and I feel like in the years that I've been a part of the board, I've really seen, SLSF has always provided funding for programs with the 17 park districts and scholarships for our participants to be able to participate in those programs. I feel like I've seen the focus really shift to now also provide a lot of funds for facility changes. We have implemented what's called the Pursuit program at 6 of our different park districts. And these are for those people who, once they age out of the high school program and have nowhere to go during the day, they go to these Pursuit programs. And so we provided funding to help make the facilities at the park districts able to accommodate those programs. Also created what we call snoozling rooms, which are multi-sensory rooms at a number of those locations. And at some of the park districts, even done physical changes at the park district. In Hanover Park, we needed to put a ramp in that allowed our participants to get from the parking lot into the building, make it accessible. And so we provided a lot of funding to help put that ramp in. Another one of the park district locations, the Hoffman Estates Vogelei House. We had to remodel the facility in a number of ways to make it accessible and create, I think, was
the giant ramp,
three-story ramp to be able to get into the facility with wheelchairs and walkers and things like that. So we were able to provide a lot of funding to assist the park districts with those programs, or those facility changes to accommodate the programs. Another area that I have seen us have significant focus in is inclusion, providing inclusion services for participants that are in the park district programs, but they need a helper, someone to help them be successful in that program at the park district. And so we've been able to provide those increased inclusion services to enable more participation. Mm-hmm. And then an ongoing need has always been our transportation services. And being able to provide the buses, keep them running, and enough buses to transport the participants so that they can get to the facilities and participate in the different programs, go out on field trips, things like that. So those are all the things that I've really seen us put a lot of focus in as we've been able to increase the funding that we provide to NWSRA.
That's crazy to think, to hear that evolution. And, just in your 20-year time, the evolution and the impact you've made and the problems you've solved to be able to help people you serve live the best lives and their families. I'm hearing this, I'm like, man, she could write a book about all this. What's your thoughts on hearing the last 20 years of evolution?
Terry has been, since she's been on the board, has kind of helped us see that the people that come to our events always want to see a tangible item. So when we're fundraising or we're looking for ways to fundraise, we're always keeping in the back of our mindset something tangible. People want to be able to see where their money is going. So it's a little more creative way of fundraising. So we're fundraising for a bus, or we're fundraising for specific program supplies. So I think that's been something that's definitely evolved too over the years.
Yeah.
We've done that direction too. So.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to hear. It gives me hope, I think, knowing that how far we've come, where can we keep going?
Yes,
I'm guessing
there's
there's still opportunities out there to be able to help people live better lives, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What is 20 years in? Some people get burnt out with giving and loving. It happens, right? It's the phases and the waves of life come in the middle of all that. What inspires you to volunteer and to stay involved?
The thing that has inspired me the most is just to really see the difference that these programs make in individuals' lives and in their families' lives. And that's what's inspired me to initially get involved. And then when I saw some of that, to continue to stay involved. And I was very honored when they asked me to be on the board and realized that I could be a part of, the organization in a more, semi-permanent way. But I see the differences that it makes, and we hear from families, we hear from parents, the difference that scholarship made for their child to be able to attend the summer camp, or the differences that it made in these young adults who have a place to go now that they're out of high school and they have some place to go, keeps them safe, gives them active, gives them some continued learning opportunities as they go to the Pursuit programs. So it's really seeing that change that is made in their lives and their families' lives, and hearing the feedback that really has kind of kept me wanting to stay a part of.
So you keep going. That's what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah, exactly.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we go to the Gold Medal Fashion Show, and I see the participants coming down the runway, and who would have thought some of these people could ever participate in a fashion show? And you see, just like your shirts say, actually I can. They can. They can do it. They just need the opportunity, and they need the circumstances given to them to allow them to be successful in those kinds of things.
And an organization and a group of board members and a community of people like doubling down to work hard to make sure that they can have that joy. That's the key piece of it. Like people have rolled up their sleeves to put in the work, right? To be able to help this community flourish in this area. Like how beautiful, but like we need more of it. I think that's what my community with Love Local Chicagoland, and my passion, I would say that's where it's our community. But my passion with Love Local Chicagoland is just that. Like, let's start helping each other.
Exactly.
Let's figure it out. Let's do what you've been doing for 20 years. There's more people I just need to get out and start going. Right. How do board members help extend the reach of the organization into the community, in your opinion?
The way they do that is by inviting, their friends, inviting coworkers, inviting other people that they know who maybe don't have any need to be utilizing these services, so they don't know the need is out there. But so they invite them to a golf tournament, they invite them to the gala, to the fashion show. And once they get invited and they see what the organization does and what they're providing and how they're helping these families and the participants be successful, that's what gets them engaged and gets them willing to continue to come back. Yep. I've got some friends who had no interface with the organization. They've come to the Celebratability Gala, which we have every fall, and they were as impressed as I was, and so they keep coming back year after year. Megan sees their same names on the list. Because they see the difference that it makes, and they see the value that their donation
can go towards.
And they actually see the difference.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, one of the big things with board members is they can identify people that they can bring with them to the events, whether it's volunteering, whether it's fundraising. They can see that and participate in that.
Good people know good people, right?
Exactly.
At the end of the day, and when you were talking, something I wrote down was like your mission is important, and the opportunities that you solve to be able to help people live better lives is important, and all of that's great. But it's the people within the community is the reason why the community is the way that it is, and why it's, from hearing everything that you're saying, is continuing to flourish, in these times. So it's beautiful to be able to hear that, and like I said, I think our community hears that like we need more of this, because it's like the world actually could be a better place if we come at it from this approach, and we come at it from wanting to help. What would you say to someone who's considering joining the board or becoming a volunteer with SLSF?
Just do it. Just take that first step, attend an event, volunteer for something where they need volunteers. Once you take that first step and you get involved and you see what you're supporting, you get hooked. And that's why the people keep coming back. And that's why, I volunteer at a lot of the golf outings. I see a lot of the same people at the golf outings, multiple golf outings, and then year after year, because they know the value of what the SLSF funds provide.
And I think it's nice that, like, with the volunteer stuff that we have, you can come and go kind of as you want. You don't have to be there all day if you can't give all of your time, but you can come for a little bit and make that impact, or you can stay the entire day, make that impact, or even if it's not at an event, we definitely have other opportunities that you can help out volunteer.
Behind the scenes. There's behind the scenes things that people can get involved in. And no matter what you're doing, you're helping the overall cause.
Yeah. What I like to tell people with this is just like, don't think too much. Just go connect and start talking to people. And then through that, you'll find your way. Don't think you have to know the answer before you jump in. Because your path, just as yours was, it will be an evolution, and you'll be where you're supposed to be at. But at the end of the day, roll up your sleeves still and get involved. So
Exactly.
I appreciate you being on the show with us today. Any last words about Terry?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we always appreciate Terry's help, and we love having her at things, and she's always been an incredible help. So
Thank you.
Terry.
Thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate it.
It's our pleasure. We're stronger together, so keep going. Thanks for being on the show.
Will do.
All right, we're excited to have the executive director of NWSRA, Andrea Griffin, here on the show to talk about the evolution of NWSRA and the impact of SLSF and the support that has been given. You are a big fan of Andrea. She's been with the company for the organization for quite some time, but we talked about her. You're like, she's pretty cool.
She's a pretty cool lady. So Andrew's been with us for 20 years, but just like Jason said, she's just stepped into the role of executive director, but she's a bright, funny, creative person that we love having in the office. Just kind of like there for you, ready to bounce ideas off of, and just kind of help you throughout your day, and she's full of ideas. So welcome to the podcast, Andrea.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
We like ideas at Love Local.
Yeah.
My team doesn't like ideas. They're like, slow down. But we like ideas. Abundance could come from ideas,
Yes.
right?
Good things.
Yeah, good things could. You've been with NWSRA for almost 20 years. What has the journey been like for you?
I started at entry level as a recreation specialist and moved up to inclusion coordinator, and from there manager, superintendent, and now I am about 60 days into the executive director role.
Seasoned vet.
Seasoned.
Yeah.
Clearly the journey has been nothing but amazing as 20 years later and I'm still here. It is a place that I will retire from. You grow to love it and think of it just like family, and whether that's the staff, participants, families, and our member park districts.
Yeah, that's super important. What does the partnership with SLSF mean to your organization?
The partnership with SLSF for NWSRA is a vital component of who NWSRA is. So without SLSF, we would not be able to hold up to our mission, our vision, and our values. They truly allow us to create those outstanding opportunities through therapeutic recreation for our 17 communities, taking into account all aspects of recreation and what an individual needs to be successful.
Beautiful. What's one of those examples over the years that you've seen?
I would say probably from the pillars that SLSF really does support, and I apologize if I'm rolling into your next question a little bit.
Please, yeah.
But
See how I was teeing it
she
up?
knows.
You know?
But really, through the scholarship program that SLSF has, there are parents that, you can't afford a full summer of camp, but they need that care. They need their son or daughter to be engaged throughout the summer, and having the ability to tap into that scholarship and have the support of additional funds to be able to do recreation. From our athletes feeling like movie stars with our ones that, qualified to go down to state games and they're in a coach bus to go down. Like, how awesome is that? From inclusion, a little guy who wants to participate in his home park district with his peers that he lives on the same block with, and might need a little extra support, whether that is a weighted vest or sensory needs or an additional staff member. SLSF provides the funds to NWSRA to accomplish those things, to ensure that every individual is taken care of and gets exactly what they need to have those services provided for them.
Well said. All right, Andrea, let's head into the last question. What's one story or moment that reminds you why this work is so important?
I don't think I could pinpoint like one specific moment or story. I think it truly is. It's the relationships and the friendships that I've made along the way. From participants being, front and center at my wedding. To having 3 babies and hugging family members, of our participants and their congratulations, to moving into this role and all the support that I've felt throughout it. If you're having a bad day or you just don't want to be in the office and you walk into a pursuit site, you are surrounded by 21 of your best friends. Everybody knows your name. It's like Cheers. You remember the TV show Cheers when they would walk in and everybody would know their name and everything? That's what it's like going to a program. That's what it's like being with our participants and with our staff. It is, it's a place you go to and you just leave feeling better, happier, and just more genuinely engaged.
It's the people you're bringing into your organization, you know,
100%.
The people make the organization. And I felt that being at some of your events. It's like, there's a genuineness that is going around this space of people that just want to help each other and want to do good. And we understand that if we all just did our part,
our little part of the world will look a little bit better. And that's, at the end of the day, that's NW's goal.
So roll up your
SLSF
sleeves.
as well. So just leave our footprint and leave everything a little bit happier.
Yeah, let's roll up your sleeves and let's go, right? Yeah. So, Andrew, I appreciate you being on the show today. There's bubbles coming our way right now. I think that's a good sign. I think that's a good sign. Do you want to chase any while we get it on camera for video?
I do not. That TikTok of I've never seen my partner run, and then like you see like people running real fast. That will not be me ever with my husband. So no.
Okay, sounds good. So Liz, one of your team members, loves making TikTok. So we'll talk about that later. But thank you, Andrea, for being on the show. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Andrea.
All right, I'm excited to have our next guest here on the show. I'm guessing you are too.
Yep.
We have Izio Romuto. We talk about it takes a village. It takes all of us. He's a part-time staff member with NWSRA. So excited to be able to chat with him.
Yeah, and we really love having our part-time staff. I think during the summer is like the biggest because everyone has camp and everything. So we really rely on part-time staff a lot to make our programs functional and be able to provide opportunities for as many people as we have in our programs too.
Saving grace, because it's going to take all of us, right?
Yep.
Amen. So enough of us talking. Let's introduce Izio. What's up, Izio? How you doing, man?
Hey, good. Thanks for having me on the podcast, guys.
Yeah, excited to be able to chat with you, man. You're doing really good work, and you're a part of a pretty amazing community of people. I don't think I need to tell you that.
Absolutely. Yeah. NWSRA is such an amazing organization to work for, and I've been working with them since 2006 when I started volunteering here.
Awesome, Izio. I appreciate you sharing that. What drew you to work with SLSF and NWSRA?
So back when I was in college, going for my master's in special education, we were supposed to volunteer at an organization working with kids with disabilities. And we were given a list of different organizations that we could work for, or at least volunteer for. And one of the ones I just randomly chose was NWSRA. I started volunteering there just on a sporadic basis, just to get my hours in. And I really fell in love with the organization, fell in love with the kids, fell in love with the program. And so much so that when I finished, they invited me to come work here as a part-time staff member for the following summer. And I was hooked since then.
Yeah. How many years now?
So going back to about 2006 when I started volunteering here.
So almost 20 years.
Yeah. And
That's pretty amazing, man.
I took a couple summers off after 2015. And then now this is my second summer back. Awesome. Wanted to enjoy a little bit of summer vacation with the kids and whatnot. But I'm glad to be back. I was always itching to come back after I took that time. Like I gotta get back.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. You got to do the family stuff and all that, but if you can cut out a portion of your day to be able to get back, man, the world's just a better place because of what you're doing. So keep going. What does your role look like on a daily basis?
So as a site director, obviously we want to make sure that camp is running smoothly, efficiently. Every participants are having fun and being safe. But I dive a little bit deeper on my end. As an educator, I love working with the new staff, especially staff that have never worked with kids with disabilities before. And seeing that deer in the headlight look on the first couple days of camp. And I know that's where I was when I first started. So working with the staff, kind of like slowly integrating them into camp, showing them the ropes, getting them comfortable working with this population. And it's so awesome to see them go from this deer in a headlight look to this like falling in love with working with this population. And so many of the staff members that, especially the new staff members that I worked with in the past, are returning staff members. Mm-hmm. And I love to see that, because we build this community together with these individuals, with these people who have never worked with this population before, and they fall in love with it, and we grow as a community together.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's beautiful. I feel like that's like the tagline it
Yeah.
shows. We grow in community together. And I think that's it, right? When we support each other and we come together with our own, our own God-given skill sets, we can help
One person at a time. And
we can help one person at a
Yeah.
time, and we can make the world a better place. Like it just takes all of us. So it's beautiful work you're doing. Thanks for sharing. What have you learned from working with the participant over the years?
You learn that every day is a school day. Every day is a school day. Some of the tools that you have in your toolbox that you think might work, throw them out the window because for whatever reason it just doesn't work with that individual. So it's learning a lot about yourself and learning what works with each individual participant, and then you're able to add that to your toolbox. Most importantly, on a personal level, working with participants, I've just been able to learn more patience and just more empathy in general, like in my day-to-day life. And I feel that I'm able to portray that to other people as well. And hopefully, these kids are so infectious. They spread onto you and you learn from them and you grow as an individual. And hopefully you can spread that to other people and other people could grow from what you've learned from the participants.
Yeah, it's pretty profound, man. At the end of the day, life is really that simple. Supporting a community is really that simple. And to think about empathy from that level, and people should roll up their sleeves a little bit more. You learn a lot when you roll up your sleeves, right? And you get involved in community.
I was in special education. I was a special services assistant for about 10 years. And then I moved out of that role, and now I'm actually a middle school science teacher.
Nice.
And so I talk a lot about at school with my students, a lot about NWSRA. And I have a lot of kids that don't know what to do for summer vacation. I say, volunteer. Get out there and volunteer. There's a bunch of different special recreation associations all over. NWSRA is just one of them, but they're one of the biggest ones. So I always tell my students, if you don't know what to do in the summer, go out there, volunteer, work with this type of community. You'll learn a lot about yourself, and maybe you'll learn, you spark a passion that you didn't know you had.
Yeah. Amen, man. We talked about community throughout this conversation. For you, what does community mean to you in this work?
Community in general is just togetherness, right? But I feel like it goes a lot deeper, especially when we're working with kids with disabilities. We go back 20, 30, 40 years ago, and you look at how people with disabilities were treated and any rights that they had or lack thereof rights. And I feel like organizations like NWSRA and organizations that work with people with special needs, getting them out into the community and really like raising awareness, it opens up the community's eyes. And then we fast forward into the 90s where we have the American with Disabilities Act. And I feel a lot of that is really due to organizations like NWSRA, people who get out there and kind of get these people with disabilities, put them on a podium and show like, hey, they're just like everybody else. They need everything that we need. And they just, at the end of the day, just want to be loved and cared for.
Yeah, and they deserve that too.
Yeah. So, and that grows us all as a community together.
Yeah. Amen, man. Well, I appreciate you being a part of this conversation with us, man. Keep giving, keep loving. Anything else you want to say?
I don't think so. I think you hit it on the spot. I think with the community and being out and giving our participants that opportunity to strive in a community is really what's successful and great about this organization. So
boom.
Thanks.
All right, man.
It was my pleasure. Thank you guys.
All right, so for next part of this show, we get to interview Harry. Harry is a NWSRA day camp participant. He also likes tech, so he's friends with us here at Love Local. He's going to be getting a behind-the-scenes tour here in a little bit of all of our equipment doing this for us. But today we get to hear from him and his voice and his perspectives and his lived experience of what he gets to experience here at NWSRA. What do you think? What are you looking forward to this part of the conversation?
Just to hearing about everything that Harry loves to do at camp or with NWSRA. I think every participant has a cool, unique story, and it's always great to hear what they love so we can kind of keep doing that and making their dreams come true.
Make it cool for them, right? Yeah, that's awesome. So, Harry, excited you're on the show today. Welcome.
Thanks, Harry.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite programs or events do you have here with SLSF and NWSRA?
I don't have favorites, but I really like camp.
What do you like about camp?
I like going to the pool, making crafts, and going on field trips.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Where do you go on field trips?
Going to a nature center.
Nice.
That's a fun spot, being outdoors.
That's a good option.
Yeah. How has this organization made a difference in your life and your family's life?
I got to learn new things, and I got to make new friends.
That's important, my friend. That's beautiful. Let's move to the next question, Harry. What's one thing you'd want the world to know about SLSF?
SLSF has a lot of fun programs.
Outside of camp, do you have a favorite program you like? Or do you just do summer camp?
Right now, I just do summer camp.
Makes sense. Summer camp's a lot of fun. There's a lot of people doing a lot of cool stuff out here. So it's pretty hot, but it's a lot of fun. What would you say to someone thinking about getting involved with SLSF and NWSRA?
NWSRA programs can be a way to make new friends.
Yep. You have lots of friends at camp?
Yes,
Yep. That's awesome.
Why is it important to have friends?
it is important for me to have friends because I really like having friends.
Make you feel good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amen, Harry. Well, we appreciate you being on the show today. It means a lot that you're having a conversation with us. Go have fun and enjoy camp. I know it's going to be a lot of fun for you, and enjoy your next field trip too. But thanks for being on the show. I'm excited for our next guest. He's a participant as well. His first time here.
Yep.
His name is Jay Sean, which is, I'm going to be honest, it's a pretty cool name. Jason, I was like, that's kind of
like
cool.
similar, yeah.
But Jay Sean, like, man,
little bit better,
that's a
Jason.
strong name. That's all I got to say. But getting to hear his experiences his first time here.
I know, it's awesome. It's a great event to be for your first time in the summer, so I think it's going to be a great time talking to him.
Can't wait to hear a little bit about what he's seeing and experiencing here at the camp. So Jay Sean, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
Is this your first podcast?
No.
You've been on other podcasts?
Nope, I don't listen to podcasts mostly.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, thanks for being on the show, man. It means a lot. What is this is your first time here, so what are some of the programs you've done so far that you've enjoyed?
I was doing the Camp Wonders with my friends and counselors with us too. We had a new counselors with us too as well. So yeah, that much.
Well, are you having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you meeting new people?
Yes, I have.
What's your favorite part of camp that you like?
All of them.
All of it?
Yeah.
Field trip?
Yeah.
What's your favorite field trip that you've been on to this year?
Here
Okay.
we went to a field trip somewhere around there, but it was a fun trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Are you meeting friends and
Yes.
people too to connect with? Cool. How does that make you feel?
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are cool, right? Hanging out with them and doing fun stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. What would you say to somebody that's never been here before? If you had to tell them to come here, what would you tell them?
Introduce yourself
Yeah.
and rest too. So,
And then why should they come?
Because if they're new here, we can introduce ourselves. For myself, that's true too. So yeah.
And they'll meet a lot of people too.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
get to meet people. They get to be able to play. Get to be able to connect with other people. It's a good time.
Yes.
It brings you joy.
Yes.
Beautiful, my friend. Thank you so much, Jay Sean, for being on the show today. Thanks for having a cooler name than me.
Awesome.
All right, so we get to talk to Liz Thomas next, the foundation manager for SLSF. She's been working with this organization for quite some time, right?
Yep, for almost 20 years. She got hired in high school from Kevin Kendrigan, who's the founder of NWSRA and SLSF. So nice tie into the history and the length of the organization.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. It's I see you both working around the community and connecting to other communities, and also getting more people connected within your community. And I personally have really learned a lot from watching you both from the outside in, of like, we're stronger in community, and when we could join each other's community, game on.
Yep.
Game on, because we become stronger because we multiply.
One big group,
and we become one big group. So I'm excited to be able to have this conversation with her, and we'll go from there. So let's do this.
Yeah. Welcome, Liz. Thanks.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're super excited to be able to just talk to you about the evolution that you've seen and the impact of SLSF support that you've done and seen over the years. 20 years is a pretty long time.
It is a long time. This is actually the only job I've ever had in my entire life. But it's worth it. Every day is worth it.
That makes sense, as you're 32.
Yes.
So that makes sense.
Super young.
Started at 12.
Perfect.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you've been with, as we've said, you've been here with NWSRA for 20 years. What has the journey been like for you?
Yeah, I think when you can find a job that is so rewarding and just so meaningful, you stick with it. Every day it's worth getting up for. It's worth going to work to see the participants grow and to watch them grow in their skill set, to build friendships, to see them gain confidence. And so now being on the fundraising side of things, because I come from the programming side of things, it's the same thing. It's the ability to help them grow in just a little bit of a different way.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and to be able to see both lines of the organization, I feel like just kind of adds to your tool belt to be able to serve better, which is kind of what I kind of said in the beginning, just the way you guys build community. What does a partnership with SLSF mean to your organization?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great thing to have a lot of different partnerships, and so then SLSF's job is really to kind of fill the gaps for NWSRA, fill the gaps between the financial need to run highly inclusive, exceptional programs. And so being able to financially help assist with that is huge for us. And so that really comes through the partnerships in the community. So working with great organizations, like today we're out here with the Rotary Club of Elk Grove, who supports us with this huge day, and then also gives back even additional funds to help fund scholarship and transportation, and even partnering with Love Local Chicagoland. Like, we're so grateful for those partnerships because it's really what pushes our mission forward.
Yeah, well, we're stronger together. We saw what you all are doing and joining together in community. I'm like, oh, those are our people. We kind of operate from that same, way of like, we're stronger together. So we help each other when we come from a place of like kindness, compassion, empathy, and we want to help people win from all different walks of life. I think there's a lot of overlap in our value sets. And coming from a place of inclusivity and also collaboration, right?
Yeah, and I know you briefly touched on some of the 5 pillars that we do fundraise for, but if you want to talk a little bit about more how those are reached throughout the foundation too.
Yeah, absolutely. As I sit here and see all the day camp kids, I think the ones that really kind of hit me hard right now is transportation. So we help fund a lot of transportation. It's a huge cost, and it's a huge cost to families, or they just don't even have access to it at all. So some of them, an individual might use a wheelchair, and so then the school picks up that child at their front door, and maybe the family really doesn't go a lot of places, and so we're able to kind of add that opportunity of giving them transportation to our day camps and some of our other year-round programs. So it's a super important pillar, along with scholarships. So all families have a lot of financial strain, but families of kids with different types of disabilities can have even more financial strain. You're meeting your deductible by February, and then you still have PT bills and OT bills and braces and hearing aids and doctors and co-pays and
cha-ching,
right, and special therapies, and none of us as parents want our kids to miss out on something because you can't afford it, and so being able to offer scholarships to me is super, super, super powerful, because it gives them the chance to recreate and to have, make friends and see new places all summer long, without adding extra stress to the families.
Yeah, it's really it's a beautiful way to be able to serve the families you serve, and I've said this throughout the show, but it's the community of people that are within your organization that help make you all really fly from a place of continuing to build programs, continue to do events, continue to serve people and help them with transportation. Before I even talked to you guys, I never knew about the struggles with transportation for people. That's a real thing. So you've we heard it with Terry too. You all are problem solvers, and you're helping build programs and create events to be able to help people with developmental disabilities do life better and experience joy. Double down on that, and it's to me, I think you're such a big foundational piece of that. What's one story or moment that reminds you why this work matters?
I have so many, honestly. If you get me talking about our participants, I could talk all day, but I think the biggest thing that I've always felt is, tell me they can't do something, and I will tell you they can, and I will find a way to do it. There's just no stopping me then. I'm honestly not a competitive person. I'm not. But in that aspect, I am.
That was a friend side coming out.
I'm really not, though.
When it comes to doing good,
internal competitive.
Doing good, that's like internal.
Yes.
I'm competitive with myself, but not like, ask Megan, if I have to play like sports and stuff, I'm like, just you win. Like, you can have it.
Yep.
Like, you can take the ball.
But there's a competitiveness there of like, if you have a vision.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Good luck. Yeah, keep up with me, But that's how I get with our individuals that we serve. Like, tell me they can't do something and I will find a way. So I used to run a camp for many years, 40 individuals that used wheelchairs, all 40 of them. Highly medical needs, need all lifting and transferring, all hand over hand, which means you're assisting them with every activity. And I was like, you guys, I want to take them ice skating. And my staff are like, we want to take them ice skating in the summer, and everyone uses a wheelchair. And I said, sure, heck yeah, I do. And I was like, all right, now I gotta figure this out. So I called up like the local park district that had an indoor ice skating rink, and I said, I know there's like really nice ice, when they're playing hockey games, but after that, before they clean it, it's a little choppy and they're a little more flexible of what's done to the ice. And I said, I want to bring 40 individuals that use wheelchairs to your ice rink. I want to bring 40 sleds, like outdoor snow sleds. I want to bring blankets and pillows and like foam rollers and stuff. And I want to transfer 40 individuals that use wheelchairs into sleds and take them ice skating with staff pulling them. And we did it. And I have goosebumps because they were so happy and it was so much fun. And the parents even were like, you took my kid ice skating? I go, heck yeah, I did. Maybe it looked a little different, but what's that matter? They got to go ice skating.
Experience, and we
So
talked
cool.
about memories, up front of the show. Of like, that's what people are experiencing because of the work and the programs and the events you're building is memories that they wouldn't get otherwise.
Absolutely.
That's important.
Yeah. I still remember, and this started years and years and years ago, and I can still remember their faces and the way they would light up and yell and be excited and stuff. And like, that's super cool. And they got to go ice skating. So these are, all the things that we make possible through NWSRA and then SLSF supporting it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Well, appreciate you being on the show. Keep doing you. Keep leading with love and helping build community. Anything else you want to say to your partner in crime?
Partner in crime is what she is.
Yeah.
It's really, she's the idea lady in the foundation. So Liz dreams real big sometimes, and we find a way to make it happen in the foundation. So
she's the doer. She's the micromanager, doer, make it happen. I'm just the dreamer.
But we like dreamers here at Love Local Chicagoland. So keep dreaming, and through that dreaming, a better tomorrow will be built because especially when you come together in community like y'all are doing. So keep going. So I'm going to close this off. I think this is the last part of the show. So my friends, thanks for joining us here out in Elk Grove Village at the Rotary Fest with our partners in crime. I get to be your partner in crime today. I hope she's not jealous.
Our team today.
I want to join your team. I'll join your team. I want to be on all your team. Partner in crime with at NWSRA and SLSF. And my friends, Love Local is built for things like this. We think we're stronger together in community. And you just got to know the things that are happening on the ground. If a lot of people, there is a movement that has been happening where there's a lot of people that just want to jump in and help where they can. And I think NWSRA is that. I think SLSF is that. And I think more organizations need to be that in order for us to be able to make a better tomorrow. Everything that's going on in our world, the improvement starts today, and it starts with each of our actions, and collectively, game on. So thanks for joining us. Thank you.
Yes,
this
thank
has been
you.
fun.
Thanks for having me.
This has been fun.